Paul Bradley remembers the moment that cemented his career in manufactured housing co-ops. It was when he overheard a real estate agent advise a client not to buy a house in Pennacook, a mill town built around a leather tannery. Pennacook was a decidedly blue-collar neighborhood in Concord, New Hampshire, and it was where Paul grew up. The offhand remark was an insult to the grit and industry of the people who lived there, including his own small business owner parents. That comment turned Paul into an advocate for cooperative ownership as a source of community empowerment, pride, and wealth building. Where most people saw deteriorating assets, Paul saw opportunity if homeowners in manufactured home communities decided to band together. Born in Concord, New Hampshire in 1964, Paul embodied the hardworking spirit of Pennacook from an early age. By 9, he was delivering newspapers, shoveling snow, and cutting lawns for neighbors. He worked in his family's pizza parlor until age 15, when his parents, Arthur and Lois Bradley, sold the business. Osco Drug came next. It was there, in aisle 6, he distinctly remembers, that Paul met his future wife, Martha Lukides. As a young person, Paul was active in 4-H and a member of Future Business Leaders of America at Merrimack Valley High School. He also played the trumpet and basketball and ran cross-country. 2 years out of college, where he majored in economics, Paul joined the New Hampshire Community Loan Fund, a nonprofit committed to building economic opportunity for low-income and financially underserved communities in New Hampshire. One of the Community Loan Fund's innovative programs helped owners of manufactured homes gain control of the land beneath their homes. Residents of a standard commercially owned manufactured housing community are one key step from the American dream of home ownership. They own their home, but rent the land on which it is set. As a result, they face vulnerabilities more akin to renting than owning. However, they lack the mobility of renting. The greatest risk is community closure and displacement when the commercial owner wants to make way for a more lucrative development. But by becoming a co-op, residents could create a neighborhood they won't be forced to leave. When Paul joined the Community Loan Fund in 1988, there were just a handful of resident-owned cooperative communities in the state. During his 18-year tenure, he expanded the Resident-Owned Community, or ROC program, adding home financing and new development in the early 2000s. Today, close to a third of New Hampshire's manufactured housing communities are successful co-ops, a level of scale that has attracted Fannie Mae and produced a blueprint for transforming the market. Paul's work to create resident ownership opportunities in New Hampshire started to gain traction outside the state after George McCarthy from Ford Foundation visited a resident-owned co-op. Mac, as he's widely known, left convinced that manufactured housing had been overlooked as one of the most promising strategies to address the nation's shortage of affordable housing. McCarthy made major investments in the field, including the Innovations in Manufactured Housing program at Prosperity Now and a nonprofit social venture startup, ROC USA. With the launch of ROC USA in 2008, Paul sought to scale the cooperative solution nationwide. He teamed up with Capital Impact Partners, the Community Loan Fund, Prosperity Now, and NeighborWorks America, and aligned with 9 regional nonprofits that would form the network of trainers. Within its first decade, the social venture helped convert 129 communities in 15 states, keeping 9,100 families in their homes. ROC USA now represents 220 co-ops and 14,000 homeowners. Notably, not a single co-op formed with ROC USA's assistance has failed or reverted to commercial ownership. The 2 keys to that track record are thousands of co-op leaders who have served their communities well over time, and the integrated financing and technical assistance model pioneered in New Hampshire and taken to scale by Paul and ROC USA. ROC USA network affiliates have demonstrated true grit and expertise in co-op development, and Rock USA Capital has responsibly managed over $200 million in total lending since 2008. One critical innovation in the field of co-op development is Rock USA's use of earnings from financing to invest in education and member services. When he's not movement building with co-op leaders or guest lecturing at his alma mater, the University of New Hampshire, Paul enjoys skiing, basketball, golf, and travel with his family. He and Martha married in 1990 and have 2 grown daughters, Lila and Jane. Paul's work to educate community owners and demystify co-op ownership is transforming communities and building economic security for thousands of homeowners. His ambition, perseverance, and commitment to economic justice are inspiring. With 2.7 million U.S. homeowners, 3/4 of whom are low income, on rented land, Paul knows that there's a long way to go. His commitment to scale co-op ownership has never been stronger after demonstrating in now 15 states that homeowners want ownership and control no matter where they live. That is why tonight, we are privileged to welcome Paul Bradley into the Cooperative Hall of Fame.